We are live from the Mushroom MMA studios in lovely Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's your boy at Mushroom Philly, Mushroom MMA. Here with my guy, Brandon, MMA Propaholic. You guys all know this guy. If you don't know this guy, you've been living under a fucking rock. Maybe you need to fucking move from under that rock because this guy makes a bunch of money. He's a sharp fucking kid, great kid, great supporter of the community. Need I say any more? Welcome, Brandon. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming on. Brandon was my first guest on my first show that I ever did with the guest, and very appreciative. I'm glad to have him back. Welcome, Brandon.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me back. I'm much glad to be back. I'm excited to have some fights back in my life. It's much needed, and can't wait for some violence this Sunday, man. I'm ready whenever you are, man.
Yeah, I mean, with that being said, we can get right into it. First fight, the way I got it at least, is that, how do we say? Is it Kui Fernandez versus Mark DeCasey? I'll start us off. So I'll start off on the Fernandez side. He's making his UFC debut. He's kind of a decent kickboxer. He's long. He's rangy. He's got decent kicks. Even head kicks, and he has kicks that he can do in close that I don't see most people being able to do. He's also a good wrestler. Pretty slick grappler, BJJ black belt. He'll take your back. He hunts for subs. I like his takedown defense, and he's not even bad off his back. The guy's fucking durable, but he has more of a suspect level competition. And man, it seems like I've seen him in a fight or two where it seems like his cardio could be suspect late. One fight, I think he came out in the second round, didn't even look like the same fucking guy. So I mean, there's that. On the other side of this fight, you got Mark DeCasey, 2-3 in his last five. He's 30 years old. He's a freestyle striker. I like it. He's a decent striker. He's got some power in his hands, spinning stuff. He's got a good leg kick. He's D1 DeCasey, so he's a D1 wrestler. He can get takedowns. He's got good timing on his takedowns. He's a decent grappler, more pro and UFC experience. I think he's fought better competition. I like his cardio. He's durable. He looked good against Alvarez. Until he got fucking headbutted. The ref didn't fucking see that shit. Got fucking pounced on. Subbed out. He does have suspect sub defense, and he is 7-7 in UFC. So it's like, what Mark DeCasey you're going to get? And here's another thing about him. It's like he doesn't want to hurt people anymore. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's religious or whatever now, and he just doesn't want to hurt people anymore. All that being said, I think DeCasey wins this fight. With the other kids, tank issue, I've seen in one or two of his fights. I kind of like DeCasey that third round / decision play. How do you feel about this one, Prop?
Yeah, so I agree with you here. I think Fernandez is a fighter. I just feel like this is a pretty tough task for him, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. I do like how he is. I think I'm that for you. Yeah, it's good now. Okay, cool. So Fernandez does tend to gas a little bit, but I think he does fight through the gas. In his LFA fight, I know he was in the first round. I think he kind of like 10-8'd the guy. He kind of dropped him twice, and then in the second and third round, he kind of tended to fade. I did like his last two LFA fights. I mean, they're two like first round knockouts. So I feel like those are the fights that kind of got him to this fight. I feel like if you capped DeCasey at -120, -130 earlier this week, you completely did your job. I was going to get on that train as well. The only thing that kind of scared me is I think his wrestling is pretty desperate at this point of his career. I don't think he's really contented to use his striking, which honestly has kind of gotten him to the point where he's at now, which I feel like if he was to really use it here, I feel like that's what he should be doing instead of putting himself in danger. I know Fernandez doesn't have good takedown defense, but the guy is active off his back. And he honestly doesn't have a bad get-up game. He does have a good get-up game. And it's not like DeCasey is really holding you on the ground. Really, the only people he's holding is fucking Borsev and that other dude who just has other, like, really, really crappy takedown defense. So, yeah, I'm picking DeCasey to win here. I agree with round 3 decision, but it's just not really a fight that I'm really interested in betting now, especially with where the line's at now. But if I had to give you guys a bet on this fight, I would take Fernandez +3.5. I don't know what it's sitting at, but I don't really feel like DeCasey smokes him. I feel like Fernandez is going to come out hot. I feel like that's when he is probably going to be at the biggest finishing upright in this fight. So, yeah, give me the Akise to win, but I think it's going to be a 29-28 unanimous decision, and I can see a world where Fernandez gets around on all judges' scorecards and just loses a unanimous decision. So, give me the Akise by decision. Not a lot of confidence, though.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not going to put a lot of my money on this fight. Sprinkle that third round to Casey play, probably, in a parlay or something like that. Real quick, I just want to get to my chat. Got a lot of people out here. Start off with my boy, Parlays for Bot. Like I said, he's a friend of mine, and dude lives like 6 doors away from me and shit. I legit live, the house I live in now is like a block and a half away. My parents are still alive. They live around the corner from me, like a block and a half away. So, like, I'm still in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. My man, appreciate you, brother. Grateful dude. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, good luck this weekend to you as well. My man, Daz. Appreciate you, Daz. Always stopping by. Kiwi, Char, I appreciate you, my brother. Yep. There you go. Yep. And CT710. All right. Yeah. Super busy. Yeah. Happy to be back. Chicken dinner. All right. How you doing, Chick? Appreciate you. She got some Mountain Dew hot sauce coming my way. On one of these off weeks, I'll be eating that on some show. I'll do a little bit of eating and enjoy some of that hot sauce she's making out there. Justin Q, I appreciate you for stopping by. And yep, hey, that go. Never mind, we fixed it. See that? Modern technology, baby. I'm 55 years old, but I can still do this technical stuff. Yeah, right. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Anthony W, what's up, my man? Appreciate you. Justin Villegas puts the fucking ill in Vegas. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bunk Hoots, hey, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you for stopping by. Rem Dog, thank you. All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna let you start this one off. Eduarda Mora versus Montserrat Ruiz. Go ahead, prop.
Yeah, so I just feel like Mora's gonna dominate her. It's just the echo again. My bad.
That's my stoner brain.
Very good. I just think Mora is just honestly gonna dominate her. Like, I mean, you just watch the Amarine fight. She kind of looked lost on the ground. She relies on those freaking hip tosses, and I mean, those hip tosses, man, they're not gonna work against Mora. Maybe they'll work in the second and third round if it gets past, but I don't think it is. I have more inside the distance at -115. I really like that spot. I just don't like. Conjeo, the one thing that she really does bad is when she's in offensive positions, when she's in side control, she tries to go for the scarf hold, and she does that against the BJJ Frackner like Mora. Mora's going to take her back and just kind of submit her. She comes from that big background camp as well with the Almeida camp. And unlike Amarim, what she's going to do aggressively right away, instead of hunting for an arm triangle or hunting for an arm bar, she's going to viciously use her ground and pound to set up the submission as she did on the Contender Series. And I mean, her height, her reach, she's going to be much taller. She's going to be much longer. So, and Congeo's also kind of just coming back on, like, she fought about 2.5 months ago. She got destroyed, man. I mean, I had the under 2.5 there. I mean, that was a pretty bad beat. I had a really good night. I had like a 4.8 unit night there. If I hit that under 2.5, I would have had a 6.4 unit night. But shit, man, credits to her for being tough for that. But I just think Mora's going to maul her, man. I'm actually picking Mora by first round KO. I think she's going to ground and pound her on the ground, dude. I think she's going to take her down. I think she's going to pass mount. There's going to be multiple times where she's going to be able to pass mount in big positions. And even if she does get taken down, dude, she's going to reverse position, man. So give me Mora by ground and pound in the first round. Then give me the Mora TKO prop, dude. I think she's a ground pounder.
Do you know what that pays? Did you see what that pays yet? Because a lot of my props on my book at Rivers are hardly up yet. Like I think.
Yeah, Rivers has nothing up yet. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and they had all this time too. You would think that by now they would have some of the props out. But look, I agree with you. I think Mora goes right through her. I look, she's got a 6-inch fucking reach advantage in this spot, and she's an okay striker. She has some accurate strikes too. But look, she just wants to get you the fuck down on the ground. She's got good doubles, good trips, aggressive grappling. She's strong. She's fucking heavy on top. She gets like 3 takedowns a fight. She's fucking big for this division. And her ground and pound's no joke. So I can see where you're going to get this TKO because she has vicious ground and pound. And her fucking elbows down are fucking vicious. I can fucking see it, man. Listen, this bitch is fucking good. She's durable. She keeps active. 5 first-round finishes. Why not go with the first round? And the way she grabs and pound people out, I'm telling you, I like it. I like that play a lot. I am playing her inside the distance because on the Ruiz side, I mean, she's what, that Mexican national champion, but that's Mexican wrestling. You know what I'm saying? There's, certain levels from certain areas of the world where wrestling is better than certain areas of the world. She's a Mexican wrestling champ, so take that with a grain of salt or a grain of Tabasco or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, the head and arm throws, like you said, headlock takedowns. That bullshit. I don't think that bullshit's gonna work here. Look, and Ruiz is fucking hittable. Hasn't she? I think she was knocked out in her last 2 fights, right? Like small for the division, short notice, terrible off her back, seen her out grapple, Mara inside the distance all day, baby. And I'm gonna sprinkle that play you said because I actually like that. All right, moving on up the card. Angela Hill versus Denise Gomes. So I see on Twitter, I see here that we are on opposite sides of this fight. Angela Hill, 2-3 in her last 5, 38 years old. She's a striker. She's well-rounded. Look, decent striker. She's got good Muay Thai, straight punches. She's got decent counters as well. Look, she'll come forward, lots of kicks, 1.5 reach advantage in the spot. I like her footwork, more pro and UFC experience. 20 more UFC fights. Fuck, man. So she's been in there with some, people that hit pretty fucking hard too. Good fight IQ. I like her cardio. I like her durability. This is a step down here, in my opinion. I like the way she keeps her chin tucked. I have seen her get rocked. I know that. She has been rocked before. And God, this girl hits fucking hard. But I mean, look, she beat pillow fisted, 15 years old. They're suspect takedown defense, but Andrade, Lemos, these girls couldn't fucking knock her out. I know this girl Gomes is some fucking power, man, but I don't think she's the best striker. She does come forward, she throws fucking bombs, she got good leg kicks, she's aggressive, good clinch knees, she can wrestle, she's durable. She's got 2 one-round KOs in the fucking UFC because she hits so fucking hard. But she's a little hittable herself. My opinion, she's got some suspect takedown defense. This is a step up here. I think she got ragdolled by Luke Boomy like a 30-27. It's not a fucking great look. I like Hill here in this spot. I like Hill by decision. I know you're on the other side of the fight, so let's hear it.
Yeah, so I do like Gomez here. I just feel like for Hill here, man, like I don't like her chin. I think her chin, I know she's never been knocked out, but I mean, shit, man. Like, go watch the Godinez fight and go watch the first round. I mean, literally, she's getting poured with volume, and any of the shots, like, just go watch the fight because what Lupi Godinez did in that first round is not respect Angela Hill. And she slowed down in the second and third round because her corner was telling her to wrestle. And when she didn't wrestle, that's when she kind of felt at the reach disadvantage. And that's when Hill was able to start jamming her up and landing kicks. With Ducati, like Emily Ducati, yes, she's a good fighter, but she fights off the counters, man. She's a counter right-hand striker. She didn't throw any leg kicks then. Think about it. Like, her prior fight, she fought Jessica Pena, and prior to Invicta, Emily Ducati had never beat anybody with leg kicks like that. And that corner had the answer to beat Emily Ducati. I mean, to go out there and get dropped against Mackenzie Dern multiple times, and she's never looked like a world beater on the feet at all. It's just concerning. And yeah, Denise Gomez, she's been priced as an underdog in her UFC career. The Contender Series, yes, she does reverse position. Yes, she pulled guard into full mount against Luma Lukbutmi. It's not a good look at all. But, like, when has Angela Hill ever went out there offensively and tried to wrestle at a high pace? Because that's what she's going to have to do to win this fight. Because I'm telling you guys right now, Denise Gomez is not going to respect anything coming back at her. And the UFC knows what the fuck they're doing, giving her this matchup in Brazil. They're setting her up, guys. I'm telling you now. I think Angela Hill is probably the biggest bait bet of the whole entire week. I honestly think Denise Gomez is going to walk through her. It wouldn't shock me if it's a 30-27. It wouldn't shock me if it's a first-round knockout. I'm honestly shocked with all the love on Hill. I understand. Yeah, she's faced the better strikers. She's faced a way better competition, and she has way more UFC experience. But, guys, it's all about respect. And I'm telling you guys right now, Denise Gomez is not going to respect what's coming back at her. Angela Hill's tapping strikes, they're not going to work against someone like against Denise Gomez, who throws 13 significant strikes a minute, who also wrestles herself, and she's very strong. She's going to be much physically stronger than Angela Hill. So, yeah, I like Denise Gomez a lot here. I have a unit on her at -124. I'm honestly considering adding more if she does hit the plus money spot or gets to -110. I think she's going to ragdoll Angela Hill. I think she's going to ragdoll her, and yeah, give me Denise Gomez. Give me Gomez by decision, but I know some people who are on that sub prop, man. There's some people who are on Gomez sub, and there's some sharp people who are on it. So I'm glad to hear the sharp people who are on it. So it wouldn't shock me if that happened either, man, because the arm triangle's live, dude. She has a nasty arm triangle, man. She's aggressive on top. And she is I'm pretty sure she's a purple belt in BJJ as well. She's been doing BJJ tournaments since 2012, 2013. So it's not like this girl's lost on the fucking ground. So yeah, I like Gomez, dude. I think this is a great spot for her, man. Sorry I took long.
No, that's good. I don't mind. It's a great breakdown. Yeah, you make a lot of valid points too. I get it. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna go for the experience. I don't think there's a lot of other times that I'm going to be fading this girl, but I'm going to fade her once now. I'm going to fade Denise Jones here now. See if Angie can do it one more time. Hopefully she's not over the hill. And, does a little overkill, wins me that decision. Now, I did remember, I don't know if you were in somebody's chat, and he asked them if they wanted to do a shoey over this one, or maybe it was on Twitter, and you asked them if they wanted to do a shoey because they were on the hillside as well.
Yeah, I have one.
Now, a shoey, it's disgusting. It's beneath me. Now, who the fuck are we kidding? I have no fucking pride or fucking shame. I'll take your shoey bet. I've yet to take one into the community. I'll take your shoey bet. We'll just call it whoever wins the fight.
It's official.
I like it, man. Excellent. I like it. All right, Prop, you're going to start us off on this next one. Victor Petrino versus Modestas Bukauskas. Go ahead.
Yeah, so nothing for me here. I'm picking Petrino to win, but I do think this number on Petrino is a little bit suspect, especially like the way how he's kind of been winning his fights at this level. Like, yeah, he beats Anton, but like kind of in just like one of the more sloppier fights I've watched, and I had the under 2.5 in that fight. I mean, God help me there. But and even in the last fight, like Pacquiao just has no takedown defense at all. I mean, he just doesn't fight underhooks at all. He gets taken down by Augusta Win, that guy. So I feel like he kind of took like the easy way out against Pacquiao. I don't think Bukauskas is honestly that great. I don't think he's that fun to watch, but I do think he's pretty good on the outside. What kind of impressed me about his last fight against Palga and why I think he won is because of the big counter shots. Like, he was throwing with a lot more intentions in his last fight against Palga than he was throwing in his previous fights. I know Pedro, he got taken down in the first round. He knew Tyson Pedro's and have good cardio. He knew to exploit his cardio, and that's what he did, and he beat him on the outside in a striking match. I don't think he really looked that great against that guy on the Cage Warriors scene. I can't remember his name right now. I thought like that was a little bit of a suspect fight. It was very, very low volume up until he knocked him out with a lead right hand. But I do think Modestas is live. He might get knocked out. I really think his chin's a little bit suspect. I know Palga was landing some big right hands, but I think his takedown defense isn't that bad, dude. I don't think Palga's that bad of a wrestler. I know he has that like football physicality background, so he does bring that like physicality to the table. So I did like that there. But yeah, so I'm picking Petrino to win, but this line on Bukauskas is live, man. I think it's gonna go to decision. I don't think the fight's gonna end. I feel like if there's a finish, it's from the Petrino side. I think it's a knockout, but I mean, on a betting perspective, dude, if you guys think this fight goes to decision and you like Modestus, I would just take the +3.5. It's plus money. And I just don't really know why it's plus money because Petrino fights through his cardio, yes, but he really has terrible striking defense. His striking defense to me is non-existent, and this guy throws with a lot of power, dude. And it wouldn't shock me if Modestus just kind of touched him up on the outside, stayed away from the takedowns, and just skirted away. So yeah, I'm picking Petrino to win, but that Modestus point spread kind of has my eye a little bit because I don't think he's gonna get knocked out here, dude, or submitted.
Yeah, valid points. Victor Petrino, undefeated fighter. He's got decent striking. He's got some power in his hands. He's got a good left hook. I like his strike accuracy. I think it's upwards, 50, 60%, something like that. Pressure, throws heavy. He comes forward. I like that about him. He's a decent wrestler. I think he gets him at like a 73% clip or something like that. Over 4 takedowns a fight, 11 in his last 2. Good control time. He's fucking strong. Now, he's hittable a little bit. Suspect takedown defense. But I think he's got a pretty good get-up game. And look, he did look bad against Turkali, so that's not a fucking good look for real. On the other side, though, Bukakis, he's a decent striker. He's got some power in his hands, decent footwork, speed, switches stances, decent left hook. Decent counter striker as well. He does body work. I do like guys that do body work, but he likes the point fight, in my opinion. I don't think Petrino is going to give him much distance to do his point fighting. I think Petrino is just going to keep coming forward. Listen, Modestus, he could be low volume. He's hittable. He doesn't react well to strikes. It's like fucking weird, man. His hands are low. He can be timid. He can be fucking boring. It's not the best of his back foot either. He got hurt by Palga, held against the cage, knocked out by Crute. I don't like his cardio in the fucking 3rd round either, to be honest with you. I got Petrino in this fight, and Petrino, 3rd round / decision play. Pull another one out of my hat. All right, moving on up the card. Victor Hugo versus Daniel Marcos. I'll start us off here. Victor Hugo, he's an okay striker. The guy throws fucking bombs, man. He's aggressive. He has a 2.5-inch reach advantage in the spot. I like his leg kicks. Decent wrestling, gets about 2 takedowns a fight, 50% accuracy. Good grappler, got a variety of subs, man. And he's submission over position, so I get that. But he does have more pro UFC experience. Again, another guy that can be low volume. He can be hittable. Short notice, time lapses between his fights, suspect cardio late, flying back, flying to Brazil, suspect level of competition. He rolls for fucking heel hooks and fucking knee bars and all that bullshit. And you see when that shit comes in the UFC, man, you're in a bad fucking position. You can get your fucking face fucking pounded through the fucking canvas. Now, Daniel Marcos on the other side, undefeated fighter here, decent striker. He's got some power in his hands. He's got some pretty accurate strikes himself. A good 1-2. Comes forward, good combos. I like his volume, body work, good footwork, good kicks. Flying knees, good knees all over. He can wrestle. He's got a 50% takedown accuracy. And try taking him down. The guy on 89%. Of course, not great guys trying to take him down, obviously, but 89% takedown defense. Good get up game. Again, another guy whose hands are low. And he does crash in recklessly when he hurts his opponent. All that being said, I'm on the Marcos side here. I do like Marcos. I don't want to keep throwing these 3rd round decision plays out there, but I kind of don't like Modestus' gas tank late. So, I'm going to go with that. Where's my little camera? Oh, there it is. 3rd round decision, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the way I see it. Hopefully, it pans out. Moving on up the card. There you go. My man Cody in the house. Cody, thanks for stopping by, my guy. I appreciate you, man. Cody's one of the sharpest motherfuckers in this community. Oh, and by the way, Cody is my guest next week on the Mushroom MMA channel. So, you folks, pay attention. I get all these sharp dudes on my show, and I appreciate every one of them for coming on here. You too, Brandon. Thank you very much. Liza Zaleski versus Renat Fakhretdinov. You can start us off, Prop.
Yeah, so I got Fakhretdinov in a parlay here. Just his money line, no props for me here. I just don't really like Zaleski coming back in this fight, especially in the last fight against Ibaka. I just thought that was a really bad look. He looked really old in that fight, honestly. Like when you're getting hurt against Nurmagomedov, who's very low volume, and honestly, I don't really think has a good wrestling for Nurmagomedov. Like I thought that was a pretty bad look, especially seeing how far he was into the double legs. Like how far like Nurmagomedov was into those double legs. I mean, Fakardinov is completing those all day and is controlling you on the ground. Yeah, Zaleski has that capoeira striking background. He throws a lot of spinning shit. He's pretty powerful, but I just feel like Fakardinov is just going to be much more aggressive here. I feel like he's going to get to it right away. I feel like he's going to be able to use his reach. And honestly, dude, like Zaleski's chin, man, it's not looked good recently, dude. He's been getting hurt a lot recently as well. And he was on, I don't know what he was on in the same Santini fight, but guys, Santini came up on short notice, fought on 170, and Zaleski was on the fucking juice. So it showed, especially with how hard he was hitting in that fight as well. So yeah, give me Fakardinov here. I think he's gonna cruise. I parlayed him at minus 286. So I thought that was a really good line. I even still like minus 350. I even think his point spread isn't that bad either. I just don't really see where Zaleski is going to have success, man. I mean, if you like Zaleski, I just feel like you just take him round one, dude. I don't see where he wins a decision here. But yeah, his takedown defense hasn't looked bad recently, I know, but it's like he hasn't really faced the high pressure pace of the wrestling, dude. Santini was also able to get him, I think, on the very first takedown on that fight as well. It had him in the middle of the octagon where Fakardinov is at his best. I know Fakardinov's not facing the best competition with takedown defense, but the guy's still showing what he's still capable of doing when he gets on top. And it's not like he's not doing anything, dude. His fucking elbows and what he did to Brian Battle was almost a murder attempt. I mean, 50-43 and 50-44, it's almost unheard of on two judges' scorecards. So, yeah, give me Renit Fakardinov. He's going to absolutely fucking maul this dude. And I like round 2 and round 3 on him, dude. I think he's just going to make Zaleski's life hell in there, dude. Feel bad for the Brazilian fans who have to watch their guy get mauled here, but it had to be on one of their guys to be a huge underdog.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the side 100%. I agree that he's going to go through him. I listen. Zaleski, he's a decent striker. He's got some good boxing, some power. His hands are pretty fast. Good kicks, the teeth kicks, body kicks, long kicks, all types of shit. Decent clinch, knees, spinning stuff. He's athletic. I think all that stuff he's really dangerous early. It all depends on that. He does have a pretty good front choke, good cardio. I'm sorry, not good cardio. A good get up game. But he's kind of aging, like you said, man. He's been getting hit. He's taking lots of fucking damage, and yeah, I just don't like a lot on that side, to be honest with you. I think the UFC wants Renat here. Um, now, let me rephrase what I said in the beginning. I don't know that Renat's going to go through him. I think Renat wins this fight. Um, look, he's been dropping guys lately with his striking Renat too. So he's not all about the wrestling. His strikes, obviously use to get in the fuck. He does have power in his hands, but he uses it mostly for takedowns, I'd say. Chain wrestling, if he doesn't get it first, he's going to keep at it. He's got like a 63% takedown accuracy. Gets like almost 5 a fight, something like that. Good double leg takedowns, good cage work, good body lock takedowns. I like his top control, good sub game, good ground and pound. I like his strike defense and his cardio, his durability. He's on like a 20 fight fucking win streak. I know it hasn't been the best competition. I still like Renat in this spot, but I'm going to play this one a little different. I'm playing Renat and then the over 1.5 combination. So Renat and over 1.5. I don't know what it pays because that's not out yet. Obviously, I'm hoping I'm getting some plus money on that play. But that's how I'm looking at it.
Think you're on mute, Mushroom.
Thank you, some human God show. Thank you, everybody who watches the show. Even my guy. Shout out to Prop as well. Yes. Elvis Brenner versus what's that? Canyon, Khrushchevsky. Elvis Brenner. Elvis Brenner's going to win the fight. How? I don't fucking know. This kid's coming in fucking short notice. I don't know much about the kid. I see him come off a fucking round one sub in fucking Dana White Contender Series against a real fucking can. What the fuck are you supposed to take from that? I think the UFC needs somebody to step in. They got a kid who had a win on the fucking Contender Series. Here you go, kid. Here's your fucking chance. Take it. Maybe the spotlight's too big for the kid. I don't know. I really don't know. I think he's been fighting out in the jungle fight clubs and shit like that. I don't know what to say about this fight. I didn't do much research on it. I'm a fucking busy dude. Last minute shit like this really gets to me, and especially this, guys like this where I'm gonna have to really delve into. So I'm taking Brenner. I don't know how he wins. I like the Brenner side. How about you, Prop?
Yes, I didn't tape this other guy. I originally taped Reba Volkus versus Brenner, and then that shit happened. So it got canceled. Actually, the fight doesn't go there, but yeah, I've been a busy man myself. Sorry guys if I haven't really been posting recently. I mean, I've been working overtime every single day this week. I've been working 12-hour shifts and basically leaving the house at 3 a.m. and getting home at 8 o'clock every night. So it's been pretty busy week, but yeah, I wasn't really able to tape this fight, so I don't really want to talk too much about it. But I'm gonna pick Brenner. I don't know too much about the other guy at all. All I'm looking at is his tapology, so I'm kind of wiki capping him. So he has 13 finishes and 2 decisions. I mean, maybe violence, but I mean, Brenner's tough as shit, dude. I'm not taking Elvis Brenner to get finished after how the hell he survived that Guram fight. Because my goodness, dude. I mean, the amount of money that man cost that people, and I can only imagine the people who had round 3 on Brenner because he absolutely broke down Guram, dude. He broke him down, and it might be a little bit of a hot take, dude, but I think Guram's a little bit overrated, man. I think he's a little bit overrated, but that was a very impressive win, dude. I mean, that was impressive as hell. So yeah, he's 2-0 in the UFC, dude, against Tukagov and Guram, dude. So this kid's got a future, man. So I like Brenner.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah, moving on up the card. Ismail Bonfi versus Vince Pichel. You can kick this one off, Prop.
Yeah, I think Bonifim wins easy here. I don't really see a path for the dog. I mean, I just like looking at Pichel's recent picture too now, and just like, man, I mean, he just looks old, dude. He just looks so old, man. The UFC is kind of setting up Bonifim here. I don't really think like the Austin Hubbard fight to me was just so alarming because I feel like that's kind of where Pichel's durability kind of to me was just being questioned. I understand like he's only been finished via slam in 2016, but like Bonifim's very high volume, and he kind of gets better as the fight goes on. That's where he really starts to like cut you off, and that's where he starts to throw all his power. I like Bonfim by decision. I'm honestly seeing it at plus money. It's a little bit intriguing, but it's not going to shock. Like I don't like where they're pricing his props. I know he's a minus 500 favorite here, which I honestly want nothing to do with. But I think he wins easily. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. He can win by decision. He can win by knockout. Maybe round 3 decision. I know you love round 3 decisions, but I'm picking Bonfim to win by decision, man. I'll pick Pichel to survive, dude. So yeah, it's plus 170, which I think it's good for especially a minus 500 favorite. So yeah, give me Bonfim by decision. Not a lot of confidence though, but Bonfim is gonna win though. That I'm confident in.
Yeah, I'm on the Bonfim side as well, man. I like his striking, good boxing, got power in his fucking hands, throws with fucking bad intent, man. Fast hands too. Throws fucking volume. Switches stances. I like his fucking leg and body kicks. I like his clinch knees. He's got a good flying knee. He's fought some decent competition. I think he has one loss since 2014. Good strike defense. Fighting for like 12 years, I think, since he's been like 15 years old. Like his takedown defense, not so crazy about his sub defense. He could, like his gas tank seems a little shaky to me in the very last round. He does carry his power late, however, though. I'll say that. The other side of this fight, though, Vince Pichel, he's a decent striker. He's got some power in his hands. He's got the karate style, decent footwork. He's got some decent boxing. He can wrestle. He gets him at like 55% or something like that. 3 takedowns a fight. He's got decent jiu-jitsu. The guy is 6-1 in the UFC. He is fucking gritty. He does have fucking dog in him, man. He gives it his fucking all. It's durable. But, man, I think the dude's fading at this point, man. 40 fucking years old. He's almost going to be 41 by the time this fucking fight takes place. So, yeah, he didn't just turn 40 either. So, inactive. And I don't think he's really been chin checked in a while. I think his chin's going to get checked in this one. Seeing him getting countered by fucking Miller, yeah, that's not a good look. I lost to Mark Madsen. I like Bonfim here. I think Bonfim checks his fucking chin, and I think I don't think that's a check that Finch Pichel can fucking cash. I like Bonfim by knockout in this fight. I have that as part of my DEGEN parlay at the end. Bonfim by knockout. Give it to me, baby. I like it. But we're on the same side there for sure. All right, moving on up the card. Rodolfo Vieira versus Armen Petrosyan. I'll kick this off. You know, Rodolfo, he's an okay striker. His striking's probably improving. He's got a pretty good jab, 2-inch reach advantage in his spot. He's not the best wrestler. I think he gets him at like a 25% clip or something like that. But he does a decent double leg. He does get about 3 takedowns a fight because he's working on them. Real high level BJJ when he gets you on the ground. He's hunting for fucking subs. He's got a good sub game. The guy's 100% finish rate. He's fucking dangerous. But man, I've seen him wobble and fucking drop, man. It seems like he doesn't like to be hit. His wins aren't the best. Wow, what? Stoltzfus? Dude, Brundage fucking dropped him. I like his fucking gas tank. And the other side of this fight, got Armen Petrosyan. I like him, man. Good kickboxer. Uses his range well. He's a good striker. He's got power in his hands. Not great power, but hey, volume, pace, good counters. I like his leg kicks. And he has a pretty decent kick game all around. Good cardio, good footwork. He can wrestle. He has his shitty takedown offense, though. And if he does get you down, he's got decent ground and pound. Look, you take him down. He's got good get-up game. He's always moving. He's not just going to fucking take that back position. He's durable, man. Again, it's suspect takedown defense. 12 of 16 takedowns attempted against him have gone. He's got taken down 12 out of 16 times it's been attempted against. I don't like his ground game very much, but he does have a good get-up game. I will note that I did see him give up his back a little bit when he was getting up before. Kind of scares me against a fucking sub artist like this. I like Petrosyan as the fight goes on. I think as the fight goes on, it favors him. He might even be able to finish him. I kind of like Petrosyan. I hate to do it again. I was either going to do Petrosyan in the over 1.5 or the patented Petrosyan. 3rd round decision. That's where I'm at that fight. What are you looking at, Prop?
Yeah, so I'm on Vieira pretty big here, dude. I think he's one of my biggest bets on the card. I don't usually do this a lot. Like, I don't really put one unit on plus 200 a lot. Like the last time I did it, it was Miles Johns, and that worked out pretty well. I think he's gonna get down Petrosyan and sub him in the 1st round. That's funny, man. Yeah, definitely gonna get it after this show. I think Rodolfo Vieira is gonna submit this dude pretty fucking easily, man. Like, I understand the CDL fight, dude. Like, what am I gonna take out of that fight with wrestling? What am I gonna take out of that? Because he fucked around and was playing basketball, dude. I had a bet on him, and I mean, my God, I'll never going back and having to watch that was just terrible. I was very mad rewatching that fight. Guys getting taken down against fucking AJ Dobson in the 1st round and gives up his back in the first 30 seconds. The first 30 seconds to get back up, Dobson's like, nope, I want nothing to do with it. I'm going to strike with you the rest of the fight. Like, Dobson didn't end up shooting the rest of the fight. And prior to these fights with Vieira, I know Vieira tends to gas. He slows down. But if, the Curtis fight, yeah, he slowed down in the 3rd round, but the guy can hold with himself on the feet. It's not like the guy can't hold with himself on the feet, dude. I know he got dropped against Brundage, but Brundage is always coming out in round 1 like a wild man. I know he hasn't looked good recently and everything's looked bad with him, But I mean, shit, like Cody Brundage is still Cody Brundage in the first round. He always does his best work in the first round. I don't like how Petrosyan is going to throw a lot of kicks here. Quite honest with you, I think that's where Vieira's honestly going to catch the kick and get him down. I think it could take one takedown for him to submit him, dude. Like, I think Petrosyan's get-up game against Vieira is going to be where he gets submitted. You go watch the slick back take against Dustin Stolfeis right up. I know it's Dustin Stolfeis. He's not great, but for a guy like Vieira to take your back like that and to be competing in BJJ tournaments, which I don't like. I know they're short minute lengths. They're not low minute lengths as much as the mixed martial arts fight. And there was, guys, he had Fluffy Hernandez in horrific positions. He had his back in the first 30 seconds. He was threatening multiple submissions. He learned his lesson. He completely death-gassed there. But this is a guy where he's going to have a complete advantage on the ground, where I think over more of most of his opponents at the UFC level on a BJJ aspect-wise. So I took Adolfo Vieira's submission for 1 unit at plus 200. And I took it as soon as the line dropped. I took it. I took Vieira sub 1 for a quarter unit at plus 500 as well to win 1.25 units. So if Vieira subs Petrosyan in the first round, I'm going to win 3.25 units. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. Could Petrosyan survive? I think if Petrosyan keeps this on the feet, he's going to destroy him. I mean, I clearly think if that's how you see the fight going, bet Petrosyan, he could do a lot with these body kicks. But I mean, dude, like I just, the amount of times I watched Petrosyan give up his back, and this being the best BJJ guy he's ever going to face, and seeing this guy's takedown defense, and I don't think it was tested last fight, and worse guys with worse takedowns are getting him down. And if you're capping Chris Curtis's fucking takedown defense into this fight with Petrosyan's, please fucking stop. Please stop now. Just stop, because he does not have takedown defense like Chris Curtis. So, yeah, I like Adolfo Vieira here. I think he submits Petrosyan pretty easily here. What's your thoughts here, man? I see you're a little bit frozen. I don't know if you could hear me a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, more technical difficulties here in the Mushroom MMA studios, but that's fucking par for the fucking course. Ill-prepared, smoking pot before I go on, not thinking about what I need to do for my show. You know, it's the little things, I guess. I think I might have missed maybe the very last part of that breakdown. You mind going over maybe the last point you made?
At what part did you get cut off that?
Okay, so what's your call for the fight? Your call for the fight is him by sub, and then you also played round 1 something as well, right?
Yeah, I played round 1 for Vieira plus 500 as well. I think you can even get a better line on now. One plus 550.
All right.
Which I think fucking crazy for a guy like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I would imagine, see, that's my thinking on the fight, and that's why I did just realize that I did actually find that price plus 155 for Petrosyan and the over 1.5. I am a little scared of my bet. I'm not putting a lot of money on this. It's just the way I'm just thinking if he can even just the way he does move. If he doesn't give up his fucking back with his get-up game, the way he's constantly moving, and I think Vieira trying to hold him, can tire him out. Look, I think if it's past the 1.5 mark already, if it goes past that, then I think it's Petrosyan. It's probably because what is it?
I just cashed a football.
Okay, you're good. But yeah, if it goes past the 1.5, I think it's because Petrosyan was either A, to stuff some takedowns, or B, that he was able to keep working his way up, and Vieira's going to work harder and harder and harder. And I just think after that, if it stays on the feet, if it stays on the feet at all, he pieces him up throughout the fight. You know, and I think there could be a chance of him getting knocked out if Vieira gasses.
It's a perfect under, dude. I think this is a perfect fight. Doesn't go as a parlay, honestly. I know it's juicy, but it's striker versus grappler, dude. And there's nothing more than Petrosyan struggles with the striking defense and submission defense, dude. I know Propaholic and Rodriguez had a bad submissions, but They are not fucking Rodolfo Vieira, man. This guy is built different on the ground. He's different, dude.
Yeah, he's definitely a different animal down there for sure. All right, moving on up the card, Caio Borralho against Abus Magomedov. You can start us off, Prop.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I bet the under 2.5 here when it first dropped, actually. They opened it at minus 205, and I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of just gonna pass. And then immediately as it dropped to minus 125, I grabbed it as soon as I saw it there. I thought it was a pretty crazy price. I put 1.25 units on it. It's minus 145 now, which I still really like. Still striker versus grappler here. Magomedov, man, he's not going to change his fight style, especially of how he looked in round 1 against the UFC champ. Now Sean Strickland, like he dominated and beat him up in the first round, and he hurt him, man. He was hurting him up. And Borralho doesn't have good striking defense. Like he gets hit a lot. He has like 53 or I think 54% striking defense at the UFC level. I haven't really seen Magomedov's ground game that tested. I feel like Borralho is really going to test it. I know Magomedov, like I've seen people calling Magomedov sub. Like, I mean, I would just be pretty fucking ludicrous if that happened. But I feel like there's going to be a finish this fight. I think Magomedov is extremely live to honestly finish Borralho in the first round. I think my guy Dravi picked Magomedov by decision, which I think is pretty damn bold. He thinks he could just win on the outside and stuff the takedowns, which it could possibly happen if he just if he learned from his last fight, he'll do that. But I don't think this guy's learned, dude. Especially like against now a wrestler in Borralho. I feel like that's gonna make him even more urgent to strike, especially because if Borralho puts him on the back foot early and gets him down, I feel like he's just gonna be really tentative to get back up, and that's where I think he's gonna make the mistake and get submitted. So I also I'm gonna be doing a submission parlay this weekend. Obviously it's a Brazil card, so I'm going to put 3 Brazilians in there, put 3 Brazilians by submission in there. So Borralho is going to be one of them. So yeah, I like Borralho by submission. I think it's plus 240 on FanDuel, which I like, and I have the under 2.5 as a track bet here at minus 125 for 1.25 units here.
Yeah, I mean, I like all that. I'm pretty much on the same play. Borralho, he's well-rounded. He's got that long karate, stance, decent striking, fast hands. He's good at range. I think he's improving as well. Big for the division. He can wrestle. He's got like a 66% takedown offense. Pretty good. Almost 3 takedowns a fight. Pretty well timed, too. Good double leg takedowns. Judo and BJJ black belt, if I'm not mistaken. Good grappler, control time, taking her back, durable. He can be low volume, can be a little hittable for my liking. On the other side, though, a boost, man. This dude got fucking power in his fucking hands. He's got power in his fucking kicks. Like, he's no fucking joke, especially early. Like you said, he was fucking Strickland up in that first round. That's the fucking truth, man. God, did he fucking death gas, though, man? Like, what the fuck was that? And that was just striking. Now, I know he was putting everything into it. If he doesn't get Ohio out of there again, this is another one of those cases. I think he's like first round equity, maybe not much more after that. If you're on the Abu side, I don't know if it was a one off, but I don't understand what made him so gassed against Strickland because he was. He was the one put. I guess he put a lot of pressure. He put so much pressure and he gassed himself out though. Like I don't know. That's really fucking scary. He's not super active either. I think he's had 3 fights in 5 years. Maybe he doesn't do a lot of conditioning in between this with all this time off.
I don't think he does. That's a good point, Mark. I don't think he does.
And here is short notice again, and with already suspect cardio, finishing 4 of his 5 losses. And I can swear he's got fucking quitting him. He was turning his fucking back trying to get away from fucking Strickland. Like, what the fuck was that?
For like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like that's
bad. He took a lot of unanswered shots.
Yeah, like, I agree. Yeah, super hittable. I like Caio here. I think he gets to the ground. Caio by submission is also my play. So I really, really like that one, man.
Let's go, man. Glad we won that.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Overtraining. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Yeah, pretty fucking gassy, dude. Like somebody that ate a bunch of beans and shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, moving on up the card, though. We got Rodrigo Nascimento versus Dontel Mays. Okay, why was this a fight before? And why the fuck is it a fight now? I guess I'll just start us off and let's get to it. Nascimento, 3-1-1 in his last 5. The guy's 30 years old. He's a BJJ guy. Decent striker. He's got, pretty fast hands, comes forward, a little bit of volume. He'll wing punches into the clinch. Good cage work. He can wrestle. He gets like 2 takedowns a fight. Good grappler. I think he's a BJJ black belt, but those things, they vary as well. Good top control if he gets you down. He can get subs. He can be dangerous. Sub Mays in the first in the second round in the first fight. He's small for the division. He does make a couple, make a little bit of mistakes on the ground. Dontel Mays on the other side of this fight, I don't know about this fucking guy. I mean, he's got some decent boxing. He comes forward. He'll switch the stance. He does some fucking spinning shit. He's got a decent leg kick. He can wrestle. He can get some top control. But and maybe he might even fought the better competition. Not way better, but better. But he's hittable. He's low volume. He gets stuck in the cage. His takedown defense is shitty. I think it's at like 33% or some shit. Slow, plodding, suspect fight IQ. Been subbed twice. And one time he's been subbed was by his opponent that he's about to fight again. Man, and he lost to that fucking, what the fuck was that guy's name? Hamdi, whatever the fuck. Yeah, he lost that fight. That's a bad fucking look, and I don't like his fucking cardio. Give me Nascimento. I'm going to do the Nascimento. I've been working these into my betting routine. I'm doing Nascimento plus the over 1.5. Don't know that he goes through Mays. This way, covers anything after that. So if he finishes him after 1.5, I'm covered. If it goes to decision, he wins by decision, I'm covered. So I kind of like that play there as well. We're there though, Prop. We are at the co-main event.
Oh wait, I gotta break down. I'll be quick. This might suck. I mean, I just had Nascimento parlay with Dr. at plus 1.
My bad. Go ahead.
You're good, man.
I mean, do you have a little more of an in-depth breakdown you wanted to do? Go ahead, shoot.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure why they redid it. I mean, seems like there's a lot of guys on the fucking.
I'll tell you one thing. Nascimento's striking is not where it is now as where it was in the first fight, and he won all the striking exchanges in that first fight. He won all of them. He got him down. He beat the fuck out of him. I understand the Latifi fight. It was questionable. But, I mean, guys, like, Dontel Mays won on a lucky counter shot against Arlovski. He was losing the whole fight. And the fights he had even prior to it, like, that fight with Augusto Sakai was, I think, one of the better spots to fade him. I was on Augusto Sakai. I wasn't on him big, but I had Augusto Sakai at minus 105 there. So I thought that was a great bet. I had him as a dog. But dude, it's the American top team parlay as well that I have with Nascimento and Fakhretdinov. Like I kept it clear on my Twitter breakdown. I said both are gonna have the striking, grappling, and wrestling advantage. They're gonna storm through their opponents. They're gonna make it look easy. So I got plus 110. I'm like plus 110 on 2 guys who I think easily roll for 1 unit to win 1.110. Give me it all fucking day, man. Especially now, I think you guys could even get minus 105, minus 110. So close to plus money too. So I still really like it. That parlay is still up on my Twitter as well. I haven't been tweeting out a lot of bets this week, guys. If you guys follow me on Bet MMA Tips in my Discord, though, I've been dropping all of them in there. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. Fucking right. I love it. Love that parlay too. Like the little tail. Don't mind doing that.
Love it.
Yeah, but we are at the co-main event of the evening, and it's Gabriel Bonfim versus Nicholas Dalby. You can start us off, Prop.
Yeah, so I didn't get a great number. But I'm on Bonfim by submission. I know it's not great. It's plus 125. I got it at. It's plus 140 on FanDuel. which I think is a very good number. You're not knocking out Nicholas Dalby. You're not knocking this guy out. And where they're pricing Bonfim's KO prop with the 11 submission wins, 4 submissions in his last 4 finishes. This guy's guillotine is the guillotine of hell. He has the squeeze of death. I mean, Trevin Giles, I think, is a pretty high level fighter. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, and to submit him with a squeeze like that quickly, I think was very impressive. Guy has great wrestling as well. He's very strong on top as well, and he's always hunting for submissions on top. And when I'm watching Dalby, he's putting his neck in pretty bad spots against Means. He was very contented to just hold Alves up against the fence, where Bonfim is very strong and can kind of just ragdoll, I think, Dalby. Like, I feel like Dalby's just kind of old. I know Dalby has, like, that grinding, like, mentality to him, but that grinding mentality, and especially with the way he's been fighting with his background for so long throughout his career, especially from, like, the Cage Warrior days, I feel like that's where he's going to put himself into a spot where Bonfim's going to be younger. He has much advantages. I think he's going to be stronger, and I think he has the way better submission game. So I feel like that's just where Bonfim's going to get him. So I feel like Bonfim can submit him with a guillotine. I think Bonfim could submit him, getting him down with a Von Fluen. I think he can arm triangle him. This guy's submissions are just absolutely crazy. Has a mass. I mean, his and it's crazy because the guy's known for his hands, but his submission game is just lethal, man. It just this kid is, I think, a future top 10 guy. Honestly, I think he's going to shine here. And Dalby's a good fighter. Like, for Nicholas Dalby to be plus 450, and I think anybody taking Nicholas Dalby at plus 450, I mean, I can't hate you for it. You have your own read on it. I'll never talk anyone off their read. But this Gabriel Bonfim guy, man, he is the real fucking deal, man. This guy is the real deal. I don't think he's going to be a death gasser either at this level. I don't think we've even seen this guy 15 minutes. And would be pretty interesting to see this guy go 15 minutes. And I'm now talking in echoes. Yeah, man. But yeah, I like Bonfim here, man. I think he wins by submission, but wouldn't it be a little interesting, Mushroom? Like, I know I would lose my bet, but wouldn't it be interesting to watch this guy go 15 minutes? Like, if he's going to go 15 minutes, this is the fight he goes 15 minutes, because I'm telling you guys right now, if you're taking the KO prop on Dalby at this number, Dalby is not getting knocked out against Bonfim. I know he's been getting hurt against, like, all these older guys, but this guy's a fucking Danish man. I'm not taking a fucking Danish man to get knocked out. And the way I know Jesse Ronson was on everything in that fight, but I mean, my God, Ronson's getting you down like that. Bonfim's gonna walk through this guy. So yeah, I think a good submission number is Bonfim submission 2 at 900 and sub 3 at 1700 as well. But I'm just on the sub at 125 because I think if you could sub him in the first round, wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with a lot of your points. Bonfim coming out there, man. He's a good striker. He's got fucking power in his hands. They're fucking fast. Throws some volume, like his jab. Carries power late, dude. He comes forward. The guy got fucking pace, and then he'll hit you, and you're gonna fucking maybe do a dumb shot on him. And this guy's fucking sub game is fucking. It's fucking crazy. He's got a real good sub game and a variety of fucking subs. Real good grappler, man. And like I said, he gets subs off of bad shots that guys are taking because he hurts them on the fucking feet. And they take bad shots and he gets that fucking neck. The dude's dangerous everywhere. 100% finish rate. Like you said, I do like the durability on the other end. Bonfim I've seen him get hit. Another thing, he does jump Gilly. Now, he's been getting them. So he must really know they're in when he's doing this, But man, one of these days that shit might backfire. And he ends up on his back, and then maybe it's a different story. Not this fight though. I don't see that happening. Dalby's good. He's 4-1 in his last 5, but the guy's 38 years old. Pretty much is what he is at this point. His striking's not great. He's got that wide karate stance, so switch stances has a 2-inch reach advantage here. Okay, I mean, look, he can make it fucking great. I'll give you that, man. He can disrupt your flow a little bit. I like his cage work. He's an okay wrestler. He got something like a 30% clip or something like that. Okay grappler. He does have the more pro and UFC experience. Good cardio and durability. He is hittable, though. His suspect level of competition as well. Traveling to Brazil, I should have mentioned having a couple more fights, but I think that really matters here. And by the way, Dalby's power hasn't transferred to the fucking UFC. He was getting knockouts, in the regionals and everything like that. And he has been finished before, but they were reversed. So listen, I'm all over with you. I'm all over that Pond Fiend sub, baby. I'm all over that sub. Yeah, I don't think he knocks this kid out. I think he rocks him, and I think Dolby takes a bad shot, and I think he gets his fucking neck taken, and I think that's it. That's all she wrote. And yeah, with the round props, who knows? It could happen in the first. It could happen in the first round. He could get in a position where he just feels that he's got that gilly and he just jumps it, and that's it. And then the fucking fight's over. I like him by sub. It's part of my DEGEN parlay that I have at the end as well. But we made it, folks. Everybody, thanks for being here. We're at the main event of the evening now. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate everybody out there. Brandon, appreciate you for doing this. Jelton Almeida, Derek Lewis. I'll let you start it off since you're my guest. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, plain simple for me here. It's just gonna be quick. I have Almeida round 1. I have it at plus 105. I have 1.25 units on it, and I also took Derek Lewis round 1 KO just for 0.11 units at plus 950 because that's just to me his only winning condition, and I'm considering to hedge those two and just throw fight ends round 2 at plus 550 on Bet Rivers because I don't even see this fight starting round 3. So basically, I'll be having the fight to end in round 1. And then if the fight doesn't end in round 1, I think the fight will end in round 2 at plus 550. So basically, I'll be guaranteed of a profit if it does get out of round 1. As the worst case scenario, I'll lose like 0.30 units or 0.25 units. It's just a better way so I don't have to lay minus 300 or try to find a parlay piece and just force a parlay piece because I really couldn't find any parlay pieces. So yeah, I really like Almeida here, man. Derek Lewis, man. Like, I mean, I had the under 1.5 in the DeLima last fight, so I was just, I mean, that was excellent. Yeah, Derek Lewis is a national character, man. He's a national treasure. Him with this whole speeding thing, I don't really bring up narratives, but shout out to George Durano. If you guys know George Durano on Twitter, he does all the narrative stuff. I know he's gonna be bringing it up this weekend. Derek Lewis with the speeding ticket, I know he's like kind of just acting like he doesn't really give a fuck, and he's going out there in media day and saying, "Well, I'm just gonna submit this guy," He's like being all funny and shit. Like, I mean, I don't think this is it for it. Derek Lewis. Like, I mean, I know you like to be yourself and everything, but I mean, what's standing in front of him, I think, is a specimen, dude. Like, Almeida is literally, I mean, the guy's built like, the guy's built crazy, dude. I mean, his grappling is unreal. His takedowns are unreal. I think his striking is honestly pretty goddamn underrated. And I think his BJJ is ridiculous. And I think as soon as he gets Derek Lewis down, I think he's literally going to destroy him. Could Derek Lewis catch him and knock him out? It's very possible. I don't just if this fight even honestly gets past 2.5 minutes, it honestly would kind of stun me a little bit. I even said this in the last Derek Lewis fight. I'm like, I gave it out on my show. I've never given out under half a round, and I gave it out in the last Derek Lewis fight, and I'm giving it out again. I'm giving out under a half a round again. It's even plus 150. It's so sad that I even have to give it out, and it's a main event. But this fight's not getting out of round 1, dude. So someone's getting finished in the first round, and God forbid it does. You play fight to end round 2 at plus 550, so you don't have to lay chalk on that under 1.5. So yeah, Almeida's gonna run through this guy, dude. There's no doubt in my mind he runs through Derek Lewis, but you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, I agree. I've been fading Derek Lewis a lot, fading him here as well. Listen, just like you said, Almeida, what a specimen, and he's got to have the best fucking doctors as well. The dude is just fucking strong, dude. It gets from the fucking ground, dude. Derek Lewis is in fucking trouble, man. He's in fucking trouble. The one thing I'll say is I kind of watch the way Almeida will shoot for his double legs, and that uppercut could be live, especially early. So I mean, I like the way you designed it to hedge out that if it, at least if it gets out of round one, you don't hit either one of those two bets. You you at least take a bunch off of your losses. So I mean, I kind of like that. I like that play. Yeah, Almeida all day. Almeida round one. I don't even know what that pays now. But do you think it's a sub or a knockout? What do you think? Because like you said, I think Almeida's hands are underrated.
Dude,
what do you think about that?
Dude, his hammer fists are absolutely ridiculous, dude. His hammer fists on top are violent. He does the same, like you know how I was describing Mora earlier, how she sets up her ground and pound to her submission. That's exactly what Jailton Almeida does. Like that camp, that's exactly what they work on. And I could tell from it with Mora because Mora is like the way how Jailton kind of came up when he was young. I kind of see is the way how Mora is going to be coming up throughout her UFC career, and they're going to be building her up the same way they kind of are building Jailton up. So just like this guy's, yeah, just like Finn said, like Jailton's hammer fists are like Donkey Kong. Yeah, they are, dude. They literally are. Like getting hit by those things fucking would hurt, dude. I just asked Parker Porter, man. Poor Parker Porter, dude. Oh man, Parker Porter. But yeah, it's his. I don't know, man. I would just that's why what I did. I just took round one on Almeida, and then I took Derek Lewis round one KO because the only way I would lose if the fight ends in round one is if Jailton Almeida gets submitted. I mean, my God, the world would blow up. Or if he somehow gets verbally submitted. So yeah, I just don't see that being possible. So that's just how I play it. And that's why I have it tracked that way, so people don't have to pay minus 350 for the under 1.5.
Yeah, absolutely. Great read. Love how made in this spot, especially round one early. Definitely like it. Might sprinkle that knockout because I mean Derek Lewis just kind of folds, man. Like he's getting his face. I mean, if he's getting punched, dude, he will just kind of show up on the ground until the ref stops the fucking fight. Um, I think if things don't go his way after round one, he kind of knows what the fuck's going to happen anyway. So I think he folds like a fucking lawn chair. And I've been saying this for a couple Derek Lewis fights now. His fucking stomach is fucking compromised in some way. I'm telling you, you get a couple kicks into his stomach, and I'm telling you, he literally will fold over, hands on his fucking stomach, not luring you in like he's tried to do before. He will literally be defenseless, and you can just uppercut whatever you got to do and just take him the fuck out. I might sprinkle some knockout on Almeida, but before we go, my only official bet I have so far, I'm going to place everything else on Twitter tomorrow, is Armin Petrosian and the over 1.5 at plus 155. But I do have a DEGEN parlay I want to get out to my fans, and that's Ishmael Bonfim by knockout, leg number one. Leg number two is Gabriel Bonfim by submission. Leg number three, I'm going to throw in Armin Petrosian by knockout. That for $25 will pay me back 499 American dollars, baby. So we're going to rock with that. We're going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Prop, tell everybody where they can find you. Tell them about yourself real quick. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Twitter at he dropped it, man. I'm sorry, I'm Traylon Burks almost just cashed a plus 1100 and he just got hurt for it. But you guys can find me on Twitter at MMA_Propaholic. I've been doing a lot of football bets recently, guys. If you guys have been in my Discord, I mean, I have been destroying the NFL. I'm on the Action Network as well, where I track my football bets. I just started tracking football last month, and I'm up 38 units. So it's been a really good ride. I think my overall record is in my Action Network. It's linked in my Twitter bio. So I track everything on there as well. I drop all my football plays in my Discord, and I drop all my bets and breakdowns on Twitter as well. You guys know. And for UFC bets, I get to all the tape early. That's what I'm gonna be doing for UFC 295 too. I'm gotta do tape all day tomorrow when I get home from work, and Saturday as well. I notify everyone for early lines. So we get on those early lines early, beat the market to it, and thank you everyone who tuned in. Mushroom, thank you for having me on, man. It's been a long fucking day for me. Long week for me, man. Sorry guys if I'm kind of freezing and thinking of what to say. I mean, it's been a long fucking week. I can't wait for these fights, man. I can't wait for some violence. I can't wait to drink. I can't wait to smoke. I can't wait to just watch some violence, man. Hopefully cash some bets. And if you guys tailed football today, 4-1. Almost just cashed a plus 1100 on Treylon Burks on the sideline. So fucking close. But yeah, guys, another good day in football, plus 2.12 units. Mushroom, thank you for having me on, man. Always love doing shows with you, man. Always bring a hell of energy. Wish I was going to the car with you this week, man, so you could have smoked me up with a cigarette in there. But yeah, man, thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate it, man.
I absolutely thank you, man. Like I said, you were my first guest on my show. Thank you for coming back. I'll work with you anytime, my friend. All right, listen, I'm gonna get rid of everybody. Let you get back to your lives. You hold on 1 second, Brandon. I'm gonna be with you after this. Listen, folks, fights are back. This weekend's almost here, baby. 2 more motherfucking sleeps. And there's only one thing left to say, and that's let's fucking go! Oh, and violence. Thank you, everybody. Brandon, hang out, buddy.